In the last class, we covered introduction to AWT and the class hierarchy from panel and frame, and we also covered with labels concept. In this class, we will discuss with buttons concept. Already you know that button is a GUI component. It is the class. In Java, everything we have treated as classes and objects. Using class, with respect to the class, we can create object. So button is a GUI component. It is a class. That class is present in which package? AWT package. Suppose in order to create a button, so it is highly recommended to import AWT package, because button is a GUI component. In Java, component is a class. In Java, everything we have treated as classes and objects. Suppose we have to create an object of button, so it is highly recommended to import AWT package. Button is a class. That class is present in AWT package. AWT stands for Abstract Window Toolkit. So here button. So button means we can use buttons. We can use number of buttons. Suppose perhaps most widely used control is push button. So we can widely use it button concept. So in our day-to-day life, suppose we want to register with any website. So we suppose I am going to press a submit button. So if I am going to submit any one of the form, so user may click on the submit button. It is a button. So next one, so a push button is a component. A button is a component. It is a GUI component. So that contains a label. So button is a component that contains the label. What is label? In the last class we covered label concept. Label is a string. That which displays. It is a string that which displays. It is the passive controls do not interact with the user directly. So just we can see what is the label. We can't interact with the labels directly. So here component that contains a label and that generates event when it is pressed. So when it is suppose I am going to press a button, one event is generated. So here component. So button is a component that contains a label. That contains label. Whenever we can press a button, one event can be generated. So here buttons are objects. Push buttons are the objects, that is type of button. Buttons are the objects, that is type of button. So here button is a class. Button is a GUI component. With respect to the class, we can create objects. That's why we can say button is a object. Buttons are objects. Next one. So in order to create object of button class, first we have to know constructors. What are the constructors defined by button component or button class? Suppose we have to create a button, we have constructors. So whenever we can create an object of the class, constructors are automatically created. So in order to create object of the class, first we have constructors. What are the constructors defined by button class? Here we have two constructors. First one is default constructor. Second one is button string. So second constructor here string is an argument that is supplied as button constructor. So here, so the first creates an empty button. Suppose here I am creating object of button class. Suppose here I am creating object of the button class, button B equal to new button. Button B equal to new button. Button is a class. With respect to the class, we can create an object. So it is a default constructor. So here I am creating object of the button class. So it will create a button without any name. It will create a button without any name because it is a default constructor. Default constructor means the constructor that does not accept arguments as a parameter. So here first constructor is a default constructor. So here whenever I am creating object of the button class, button B equal to new button, it will create a button without any name. Next one, the second constructor is specified. What is the second constructor? Button string str. Button string str. Here, so in these constructors, string is supplied as argument to the button class. Suppose here I am creating object of the button class, some string. So here button B equal to new button, button B equal to new button, submit. So here I am creating object of the button class. Here second constructor means what? Button string str. Here button is a class is the class name. Here string is the argument supplied as button constructor. Suppose here I am creating object of the button class, button b equal to new button submit. So here in this object creation, it will create a button. It will create a button with label submit. It will create a button with name submit. So it will create one button with label as submit. With label as submit. So here submit is submit label as supplied as argument to the button class. Submit label is argument to the button class. So in the it have two constructors. First one is it will create a button without any name. Next second one it will create a button with label submit. With label submit. Next one, suppose by using set label method. By using set label method, we have to set the label of an object. We have to set label of an object. Here set label. It is used to set label to button. Suppose I am using set label button, so it is already existing. Suppose if you want to change. So if you want to change submit to any other button, so we have to set label of a button by using set label methods. Sometimes we want to know what is the label name. So in those situations, get label method will help us to find what is the button label name. Next one, what is the syntax of set label method? Here set label. So if any method contains two words, second word, first letter should start with uppercase letter. So it is written void type data type. So here string is a class. That class is applied as argument to the set label method. str is reference of string. So next one, what is here get label method? Get label method returns the string type of object. Get label method returns string type of object. Suppose here get label method means sometimes. So here I am creating object of the button class button b equal to new button submit. So it will create a button with label submit. Here submit is a label that is supplied as argument to the button class. Sometimes with the help of those objects, suppose here I am calling b dot get label. Here I am calling b dot get label. So here I am calling b dot get label. Here get label method returns the string type. String type means, so what is the label supplied as the button class, those argument will be returned. So it is string type. So whenever I am calling b dot get label with the help of these button class object reference, so it returns submit. So it returns submit. So it returns submit. It is a string type. It is a string type. Here str means it becomes a new label for the button. New label for the button. So these two methods defined by the button class. In the button class we have two constructors. First one is empty constructor. Second one is button. In this string is a class. That class is applied as argument to the button. So first constructor means so it will create a button without any name. Second constructor string specified means so it will create a button with label submit. So next one. So how to handle the buttons? So each time a button is pressed, which action, which event generated? Suppose each time I want to press OK button or submit button. So which event generated? Action event generated. Already we covered in the event handling, event delegation model concept. So suppose I am going to press OK button. Suppose here I am going to press OK button. So OK button. So next one I am going to press submit button. I am going to press submit button. So buttons are the labels. Buttons are the label. Label means it is a string type which it displays. So we can't interact directly with the labels. Just we can see what is the label name only. So we users cannot interact with it directly by using labels. So next one here, suppose I am going to press OK button. OK it is a button. It is a button. Suppose I am going to press OK button, event generated. Suppose I am going to press submit button, it is a button. Suppose I am going to press submit button, event generated. Which event generated? Each time while we are pressing the button, action event generated. Each time a button is pressed, action event generated. Each time a button is pressed, action event generated. It is a class. Action event is a class. So whenever we can press the button, action event generated. Next one, whenever event is generated, generally whenever event is generated by the source. So in the sources, events are generated. Whenever events are generated, source will send the corresponding event to the listeners. Listeners are associated with the interfaces. Listener will handle the events and listener will control the events. So in order to handle the events to the listeners, first of all, listener should register with one or more sources. So listeners registered with sources, then only listeners can handle the events, can control the events. So action listener interface defines one method. So action listener interface defines one method. What is that method? Action performed. Here action performed is a method. So if any method contains word, second word, first word should start with uppercase letter. So which is called when event occurs. So which is automatically called whenever event occurs. Suppose each time a button is pressed, which event could be generated? Action event generated. So it is nothing but events concept. Suppose if you want to implement buttons concept with respect to the program, so what is the template? First you have to import the packages. So what are the required packages? First you have to import those packages. So we have to add button component to container. So everything we have to add a component object. After creating object of the class, next step is we have to add these components to container. What is our container? Applet. What is our container? Applet. First we have to import the packages. Next we have to write the applet code. So we can create in a window by using applet viewer tool. Our applet tag is embedding in our program. So it is mentioned in the comment lines. It have two attributes, height and width attributes. We have to set height and width of applet window. Next we have to write a class. Our class is public access specifier. So it extends applet class and it implements listener interfaces. It implements listener interfaces. Next we have to write init method. Because applet starts its execution from init method, applets do not require main methods. So we need not write main method in the applets because applets don't require main method. So in the init method, everything we have to set within the init method. We have to set background, foreground, background colors. These all are the optional. Next we have to create objects of button within the init method. Next we have to register the interfaces. Next we have to define paint method. In order to display graphics on the console, in our program we have to invoke paint method. So paint method have one class, graphics. That class is supplied as argument to the paint method. So we have to write the program. So we have to create buttons in our program. So next one. So here an action event object is supplied as argument to this method. It contains a reference of button that generated the event and label to the button. So action performed method. So action event is a class. That class is supplied as argument to the action performed class. So it contains information about the event. So it contains information about the event. So next one, next GUI. Coming to the next GUI component, checkboxes. So coming to the next GUI component, checkboxes. So what is a checkbox? It is a GUI component. It is a GUI component. Checkbox is a GUI component. It is a class. Checkbox is a class. Checkbox is a class. It is a GUI component. Checkbox. Checkbox. It is a GUI component. It is a class. So with respect to the class, we can create objects. So in order to create object of the class, just we have constructors. Constructors are automatically created whenever object of the class is invoked, whenever object of the class is created. Suppose if you want to go with multiple selections. Suppose if you want to go with multiple selections, then you can choose checkbox. Suppose if you want to go with multiple selections, then you can choose checkboxes. So it allows multiple selections. Checkbox allows multiple selections. So a checkbox is a control that is used to turn an option on or off. On or off. On or off means selected or deselected. 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 So checkbox. When you choose checkbox component, when you choose checkbox GUI component, suppose if you want to go with multiple selections, then you can choose checkbox. So it allows multiple selections. So at a time we can choose multiple selections. So here checkbox is a control, that is a GUI component, that is a control, it is a class. With respect to the class we can create object. So checkbox is also a class. It is present in which package? AWT package. All GUI components present in which package? AWT package. AWT is one of the largest packages in Java packages. So it contains on or off, on or selected or deselected. So checkboxes, suppose it is one checkbox. It is one checkbox. Suppose hobbies and let us take hobbies is an example. So a person can have multiple hobbies. Suppose a person can have multiple hobbies. Suppose reading books, listening music. Next one, playing games. Suppose if I want to choose with sessions. So reading books and music is my hobby. I want to select these two options. So initially it was deselected. Initially it is deselected. Whenever we can pick and click these two check boxes, then only it will change deselected to selecting area. So it consisting of on or off means selected or deselected. Initially it is deselected. So whenever we can click on those check boxes, then only it is selected. So next one, it consists of a small box. So it consisting of a small box. So it consisting of a small box that can either contain check mark or not. That can either contains check mark or not. So check mark means here tick mark, or not means it is a empty. It is a empty. It consisting of a small box that can either contain check mark. Check mark means tick mark or not. Otherwise it is empty. Next, coming to the next one. So there is a label associated with each checkbox. So there is a label associated with each checkbox. Label means, so here reading books, music, playing games. Label is a string. Label is a string which it displays. So each checkbox has some label. Then only you can easily tick which one you can choose. Suppose here my hobbies are reading books and music. With the help of label, I am easily identifies which checkbox is. I am marking which checkbox or not. We can easily identify. So here there is a label associated with each checkbox that describes what option the box represents. That represents what option that box represents. Here this box represents reading books. This box represents music. This checkbox represents playing games. So next one, you can change the state of the checkbox by clicking on it. So you can change. Suppose it is deselected. Suppose I want to select these three are my hobbies. So whenever these checkbox, whenever I am clicking with these checkbox, it is also selected. So this is nothing but checkboxes. Checkbox is a GUI component. Checkbox is a GUI component. The checkbox C should be a capital letter. Every predefined class should start with uppercase letter. Every predefined class should start with uppercase letter. Checkbox C should start with uppercase letter. It is a GUI component. It is a class. It is present in AWT package. Suppose in order to implement checkboxes in our program, it is highly recommended to import which package? AWT package. AWT is one of the largest packages in Java packages. What is checkbox? Checkbox is a control. It is a class. It is a control that is used to turn an option on or off. On or off means selected or deselected. Initially it was false whenever we can click the checkbox. So it will change to some selecting test. That's why it consisting of a small box that can contain either contain check mark or not. So there is a label associated with each checkbox that describes what option the box represents. So here this box represents reading books, this box represents music, this box represents playing games. Suppose here I am taking hobbies is an example. So a person can have multiple hobbies, so reading books, music, playing games. So here this box represents reading books, box, playing games and music. So you can select multiple options. So it can contain on or off. On means selecting or deselecting. Initially it was deselected. Next one, checkboxes can be used individually as a part of group. Checkboxes can be used individually as a part of group. Sometimes we can use as a part of a group. Suppose a person can have multiple objects, person can know multiple subjects. So on those situations, we can use checkboxes. So suppose if you want to go with multiple selections, then you can usually choose with checkbox. So next one, checkboxes are the objects of checkbox class. Checkboxes are the objects of, so do not allow the space, checkbox are objects of the checkbox class. So everything we have to create, everything we have to consider as an object in Java. So it is a class. With respect to the class, we can create an object. With respect to the class, we can create object. So next one, so in order to create object of the checkboxes, first we have to know constructors. What are the constructors defined by the checkbox? What are the constructors defined by the checkbox? Suppose here I am creating object of the checkboxes. First we have constructors. So whenever object of the class is invoked, constructors are automatically created. So here checkbox, it is a constructor. It is a default constructor. So here I am not passing any arguments. It is a default constructor. The constructor does not take any arguments as a parameters. It is known as default constructor. Already you know that. So these constructor creates a checkbox whose label is initially blank. So the state of the checkbox is unchecked. Suppose I am creating object of the checkbox. Suppose here I am creating object of the checkbox. Checkbox C equal to new checkbox. Checkbox C equal to new checkbox. So with respect to the class, we can create object. What is our class? Checkbox. Generally, you know that what is the syntax of creating object of the class name, object name. So new operator, next one it is the constructor. Constructor name same as the class name. So it is a default parameter constructor. So we need not pass any arguments of these constructor. It is a default constructor. So it creates a checkbox whose label is initially blank. It is an empty checkbox. It creates an empty checkbox whose label is initially blank. The state of the checkbox is unchecked. Initially it is unchecked. So next one is what are the next one? So next to checkbox string str. So it is a parameter constructor. String as an argument. It is a class that is applied as an argument to this constructor. Here, suppose here I am creating object of this checkbox C equal to new checkbox. Checkbox C equal to new checkbox. Some string. Suppose let us take an example of subjects. Person can know multiple subjects. So while you are studying in second year, so you have to know C programming, Python, Java. So a student can know the multiple subjects after completion of the BTech course. Suppose here checkbox equal to new checkbox. Here I am passing Java has a label. Java has a label. So it create a checkbox. So name specified by the label. Here second constructor creates a checkbox whose label is specified by str. Specified by str means whose label is specified by string. So here what is our string? Java. So the state of the checkbox is unchecked. So this state of the checkbox is also unchecked. So in the console it will create checkbox means it is a small box. It contains either mark or not. So here it will create one checkbox Java. So checkbox. So initially the checkbox is unchecked. By default every checkbox is false. False only. You have to remember one point. By default, every checkbox is false. By default, every checkbox is unchecked. Let's coming to the next constructor. Checkbox. It have two arguments. What they are? First one is string. Second one is boolean. So here str is reference of string type. Here on is boolean type. So boolean means either true or false. Here string means so we have to pass label as an argument of this checkbox. Suppose here I am creating object of the checkbox. Checkbox C equal to new checkbox. Java. Already we have created Java. Next we have to choose another subject name. Suppose C programming. True. On means true. Off means false. So initially every checkbox is false. So here, the dot constructor means it have two arguments, string and boolean. So whenever I am creating object of the class, constructors are created. Here I am passing two arguments. First one is string, second one is boolean type. So here C programming has a label. So it will create one checkbox. What is the label name? C programming. It will create a checkbox C programming.
So next second constructor, second argument indicates true. True means it is selected, selecting area deselected. So it means selected. True means selected. So initially every checkbox is unselected. Initially every checkbox is false. So whenever we can click and click the whenever we can pass an argument of true, then initially initially it is selected. Initially it is selected. So it is true. So these all are the constructors. Next one is checkbox, string, str, boolean, on, and checkbox group. So checkbox group is also one class. Checkbox group is also one class. It is also a GUI component. So these two constructors I will explain in the checkbox groups. Checkbox group. Next, what are the methods available in checkbox? Get state. First of all, set state. To set its states. State means it will mark or not. It is marking or not. So it is selected or deselected. Sometimes we want to know checkbox state. So on those situations, get state method will help us to find the state of the checkbox. So to retrieve the current state of the checkbox. So it is selected or deselected. To retrieve the current state of the checkbox. So next one, get label. So we can obtain the current label associated with the checkbox. Label means suppose we have two checkboxes. So Python. Next one is a C. So it is checkbox. These two are labels. So we can obtain current label associated with checkbox. So this checkbox is associated with Python and this checkbox is associated with C. So we have to set labels of the checkboxes. We can use set label method. We have to retrieve the corresponding labels associated with the checkboxes. We can use get label method. So what is the syntax of these two methods? Get state method is it returns a boolean type. Boolean means on or off, true or false. So whether the checkbox is marking, so it will return true. So checkbox is empty, so it will return false. So next one, sometimes we have to set the state of the checkbox. Then those situations, so we can use set state method. So it returns a void type. So it have an argument boolean. So boolean means we can pass true. So we can pass true as an argument. So by default, every checkbox is false. We have to set one boolean as an argument on, boolean on. So we have to pass true as an argument. Then we can display the checkbox. It will be true. It is selected. So here I am explaining. I want to explain one program here. So first of all, what is the template of implementing the program? First, we have to input packages. So what are the packages required in our program? First, we have to import packages. Next, we can add our components to container. It will be displaying on the window in the window purpose. So those how in Java how we can create a window. So those derived from panel we can create a window. Next, those derived from frame we can create a window. Panel means applet is the subclass of panel. By using applets we can create a window, and by using frames we can create a window. So in our program we have to create a window by using applet. In applet viewer tool we can create a window. Next one, we have to write a class. The class extends applet class. Next, we have to write init method. Everything we have to set init method. Next, we have to call the main method. So it is our program. So here, here I am writing one program. First, import packages. Here I am importing packages. Import. So what are the packages you have to import? So in order to implement, in order to create checkboxes, first AWT package. So here I am importing AWT package. Import java dot AWT dot star. Next, here I am importing one more package. So what is the package we have required? applet package. So we have to create a window. So in order to using applets, we have to display. So we have to use applet programming. So it is highly recommended to import which package? Applet package. Next one is I am importing applet package. Import java.applet.star. Import java.applet.star. So these two are the packages. So here import, already you know that what is the functionality, what is the importance of import keyword. So the functionality of import keyword makes only what are the classes belonging to the corresponding package, those classes would be available in our programming. So input java.awt.star means all classes. Star means all classes. Star represents all classes. Import java.awt.star. Next one, import java.applet.star. Next one, import java.applet.star. Next one, next we have to write a applet code. Applet code is mentioned within the comment lines. So we have to write applet code. Applet code equal to checkbox demo. Applet code equal to checkbox demo. So we have to so here applet tag have two attributes, height and width attributes. We have to set applet window height and width. Some height equal to 500 and width equal to 500. Yeah, we have applet tag have two attributes, height and width. So in order to set height and width of the applet window, so we have to write these two attributes in the applet tag. Some height equal to 500, width equal to 500. Next we have to close the applet tag. So it is mentioned in the comment lines. So instead of mentioning comment lines in the applet tag, applet height and width, so we can set applet height and width. So next we have to define one class, public class. So our class is a public access specifier. So what is the scope of public access specifier? Any class we can define as a public. So it have widest scope among all of the modifiers. So we can accessing our class members and variables in our class, outside the class, outside the package, within the sub package also. So public means everywhere we can easily accessing. So public class extends applet. Our class is subclass of applet. So then only our class gets all the behaviors of applet class. So our class is inherited. What are the behaviors? What are the properties of applet class? Those all properties would applicable in our class. Class, public class, class name, public class checkbox demo, public class checkbox demo extends public class checkbox demo extends applet. So next one. So in applets we need not write main method. Applets don't require main method, but applet starts its execution from init method. So here we have to write init method. What is the syntax of writing init method? Public void init method. So in the init method we have to set background color and set foreground color. It is not a mandatory, it is optional. So here I am creating object of the checkbox classes. So first one, here I am creating checkbox
Checkbox is a class. Checkbox is a class. Checkbox is a class. It is a predefined class. This class is present in which package? AWT package. That's why we are importing AWT package in our programming. So here checkbox C1 equal to new checkbox. Checkbox C1 equal to new checkbox Java. Checkbox C1 equal to new checkbox Java. So here it will create a checkbox. It will create a checkbox with label specified by Java. So whenever we can creating object of these checkbox, so here it is a parameterized constructor string str. Here str is specified by some label. So next we have to create one more checkbox. Let us create one more checkbox. Checkbox C2 equal to new checkbox. Checkbox C2 equal to new checkbox Python. So every statement terminated by semicolon. If you forget to keep a semicolon at the end of the statement, it will lead to a compilation error. So next, let us take one more. Let us create one more checkbox object. Checkbox C3 equal to new checkbox. Checkbox C3 equal to new checkbox. Some subject C programming. So after writing these three statements, that's what we have to do. So we have to add these three components in our container. What is the syntax of adding components in the container? By using add method. We can add these three components in our container. What is container? It is a place where we can add the component. It is like a screen where we are placing the components. After writing these three statements, next step is we have to add these three objects, these three components in the container. So add C1 in the similar way, add C2 in the similar way, add C3. Next we have to close init method body. Next after writing this one, we have to write the paint method. So what is the syntax of writing paint method? Public void paint graphics G. Paint is a method. So it is not part of a applet lifecycle, but it plays very important role in our applet. So here public void paint graphics G. Here graphics is a class. That class is applied as argument to the paint method. That class is an argument to the graphics as an argument to the graphics is a class. That class is applied as argument to the paint method. So here graphics class provides number of methods. With the help of these object reference, we can accessing what are the methods available in graphics class. Suppose here I am drawing one string. String is a method. String. So what is our string checkbox demo? So string method have three parameters. First parameter is string. String means here checkbox demo. Comma. Next we have to set some x coordinate and y coordinate. 100, 200. Next we have to close paint method body. Next we have to close the class method body. So after writing these program, we can save our program as checkboxdemo.java. After writing, we have to compile our program. So here Java C space checkboxdemo.java. Just applet viewer space checkboxdemo. After compilation running, what is the output we have getting? So on the console, it will create three checkboxes. Namely, first checkbox is Java. Next checkbox means it is a small box. It contains mark or not. Next checkbox is Python. Next checkbox is C programming. already I told you initially every checkbox is false. So initially every checkbox is false. So after displaying these three checkboxes on the console, initially it is deselected. Initially it is deselecting. So whenever we can selecting, so we can pass one more argument. That argument is boolean. That argument is boolean. Suppose checkbox means if you want to go with multiple selections, then you can choose checkbox. Suppose here I know a person can know multiple languages. Suppose I know Java and Python languages. So I want to choose Java and Python checkboxes. So I want to click Java and checkboxes, Java and Python checkboxes. So here, so checkbox. So by default, every checkbox is false. It is what is the state of initially? What is the state of these checkboxes? False. It is off. Off means deselected. Suppose I want to select. I want to pick and select those checkboxes. It requires one more argument. So in this one, so it have one more argument. Suppose. Suppose Java, true. So checkboxes have a number of constructors. First one is string specified by str. Next one is string str, boolean on. Boolean on means true. So here I am passing boolean as argument, true as an argument to this constructor. So Python also true. Python also true. So after changing these two statements, these two objects, here I am adding true. True argument has this checkbox. Here also in the C2 checkbox also in the similar way. So here I am passing the true argument has this checkbox constructor. After writing these two, after changing these two, so whenever if you compile and run this program, initially, so these two checkboxes are selected. So next one, checkbox C3 equal to new checkbox C programming. So initially every checkbox state is false. So when we have to write C programming true. So we have to pass one more argument. That argument is boolean. Boolean means either true or false. So we can pass boolean argument. If this C programming checkbox also selecting. So this is about checkboxes. This is about checkboxes concept. Checkboxes concept. Okay. So next one I will continue with the next one. Already we discussed what are the methods. So here checkboxes on means true, the box is checked on. Next one false means the box is cleared. Okay. Next one, handling checkboxes. How we have to handle the checkboxes. So whenever each time a checkbox is selected, which event generated? Item event generated. Whenever each time a checkbox is selected, item event generated. Each time a checkbox is selected, item event generated. Each time a checkbox is selected, item event generated. Generally in the sources events are generated. Whenever event is generated, source will send the corresponding event to the listeners. Listeners are associated with the interfaces. They can handle the interface. They can handle the events. They can control the events. In order to control the events in the listeners must and should register with one or more sources. Then only listeners control the events. So here item listener interface defines one method. What is the method? Item state changer method. Item state changer method. So an item event object is supplied as argument to this method. So it contains information about the event. It contains information about the event. Next one, coming to the next GUI component. So what is our next GUI component? Checkbox group. Checkbox group means radio buttons. Checkbox group means radio buttons. So suppose if you want to choose, if you want to go with single selection, then you can choose radio buttons. If you want to go with multiple selections, then you can choose checkboxes. If you want to go with single selection, then you can choose checkbox group. What is the difference between checkbox and checkbox group? So write a short notes on checkbox and checkbox group. or differentiate checkbox and checkbox group. These two are very important in your theory point of view. Checkbox means, suppose if you want to go with multiple selections, then you can choose which GUI component, checkbox. Suppose if you want to go with single selections, then you can choose which GUI component, checkbox group. Checkbox group. Checkbox groups are also known as radio buttons. Radio button means single selection only. So multiple selections are not allowed. It allows only single selections. So here, it is possible to create set of mutually exclusive checkboxes in which one and only checkbox in the group, it can be checked at only one time. So it allows only one selection. So it creates set of checkboxes. So first must define group and belonging to the specifier. So which we have to define, which we have to create. So checkbox group. In order to create object of the checkboxes group, first we have the constructors. What are the constructors defined by the checkbox group? So what is the difference between checkbox and checkbox group? Sometimes you want to go with multiple selections, then you can choose checkbox as a GUI component. Sometimes you want to choose only single selections, then those situations you can choose with checkbox group. So in order to create objects of every class, first we have to the constructors. What are the constructors defined by the checkbox group? When we have to create an object of the class, then only constructors are automatically invoked. Constructors are created, constructors are executed whenever object of the class is invoked, whenever object of the class is created. So here, checkbox group also object, it is type of a checkbox. So checkbox groups are also objects, but it is a type of checkbox. It is a type of checkbox group. Checkbox group is a class. So we can create object of the checkbox group easily. Checkbox group CBC equal to new checkbox group. Next, checkbox defines number of methods. Here, get selected checkbox. So it determines which checkbox in a group is currently selected. So get selected checkbox. So sometimes you want to know currently which checkbox is selected. How to set those checkboxes? Set selected checkbox, it selects the checkbox. So here set selected checkbox is a method. So in this method we have to set the checkbox. Next, what is the syntax? Get selected checkbox returns a checkbox. So next one, set selected checkbox. It is returns a void type data type. Here checkbox is a class. A class is an argument supplied as an argument to the get selected checkbox method. So which is the reference of checkbox, which indicates the checkbox that we want to select. So where we want to select. So number of checkboxes are there where we want to select. Currently multiple checkboxes where you want to select. So this is the checkbox group. This is the checkbox group. So in the similar way, sometimes checkbox group means suppose here I am creating checkbox group. So here I am creating object of the checkbox group. Checkbox group CBC equal to new checkbox group. Checkbox group CBC equal to new checkbox group. So in this one, it will create a empty checkbox group. So after that, so we can create one more checkbox group CBC equal to new checkbox group. In this one, we can pass an argument has a string type. So suppose checkbox group CBC equal to new checkbox group. Suppose if you select a branch, so let us take an example of branch. Branch means single branch. So radio buttons means circle. So we have different branches are there. CSC, ECE, IT, number of branches are there. So here checkbox group means it allows only single selections. While you are pursuing with the ECE branch, so you can pick and select the ECE branch. So it allows only single selections. It does not allow multiple selections in the checkbox group. In order to implement checkboxes group, first we have to create the object of the checkbox group CBC equal to new checkbox group. Next we have to create objects of the checkboxes. So we can pass this object reference as argument to the checkboxes. Next one, checkbox is equal to new checkbox Java CBC comma true. Okay, so here suppose for example after creating this statement, so we have to create checkbox class object. Checkbox C equal to new checkbox. Checkbox C equal to new checkbox. So Java
comma. So we have to pass these reference as argument to the checkbox constructor. Java, comma, CBC, comma, true. Java, comma, CBC, comma, true. So by default, every checkbox is off. It is deselected. So whenever we can pass boolean as an argument, then only it will move off position to on position, off state to on state, deselected state to selected state. After creating object of checkbox group, we have to pass this CBC reference as our checkbox. Here I am creating object of the checkbox. Checkbox is equal to new checkbox Java. So it will create one checkbox Java. It will create one checkbox Java. So next it is true means it will mark. So it is marking. So what differentiate checkbox group means checkbox and checkbox groups defines number of methods and constructors. But only one difference is so checkbox allows multiple selections, checkbox group allows only single selections. Suppose if you want to go with multiple selections, then you can choose checkbox GUI component. Suppose if you want to go with single selections, then you can choose checkbox group GUI component. GUI component. Checkbox groups are also known as radio buttons. Radio buttons, circuit means. Suppose here let us take an example of branch. There are number of branches are there. At a time only you can choose only one branch. Suppose so you are studying which branch? Only one branch. So multiple selections are not there. So at a time only you have to study only one branch. So CSE, ECE, IT. Suppose here I am choosing ECE as my branch. So only this one is marking. Remaining all are false. It is about the checkbox group. Okay, thank you everyone. In the next class, I will discuss remaining GUI components like list, scroll bar. Thank you.